This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning. Right back like we never left. Another Saturday morning. Talking sports and pop culture on the W Show. Good morning, y'all. How's it going?
Good morning.
So, how was everyone's week? It's been a busy week for everybody, man. Q, how was yours?
It was a good week. I'm crazy in the head sometimes when I'm booking DJ gigs. I did a gala on Thursday and then a wedding yesterday plus the club. So I'm like,
wedding on Friday?
Out. Yeah, it was a wedding on Friday.
Oh,
wow.
I think I know who it was.
Yes,
congratulations to them. Yeah.
I never heard of a wedding on Friday, Friday in the wintertime.
Weddings can be really any day of the week.
Really? What's the weirdest wedding day?
Fridays are cheaper, aren't they?
Fridays are cheaper. And I saw somebody post this week that's they had some friends here get married on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
It's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is a Monday like the craziest day you've heard?
Probably. I mean, but weddings kind of happen any day of the week, really, especially when you want to save money, but also like now when you're in a city that has, a lot of event spaces and stuff, people just really get to their spots. Yeah.
Like I've heard, like my uncle got married on July 3rd, but it was like holiday weekend. It was, we were in Jamaica, and of course we were out of town, so it didn't really matter. And it was holiday, so I think that was like a Wednesday that year.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So
a lot of people will do that too around the holidays, especially because people are already off, so
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about people taking additional PTO time. But yeah, I mean, if I can find a cheap day in there, y'all get ready on Wednesday at 11 o'clock a.m.
I'm with it.
How was your week?
My week was good. I told you I am still fighting for my life in terms of us setting our clock back.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, me and sleep, we have had it out this week. For some reason, I go to sleep early. Therefore, I have to wake up early because I feel like I didn't utilize my day. We just talked about this. As we got older, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, that's a long time. But yeah, I've been waking up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'm super tired by like 7:30, and I haven't even started dinner at that time. So yeah, it's been a week.
Speaking of getting older, my internal clock wakes me up. Like sometimes I don't even set my alarm clock. Now if I'm dead tired, like nothing can wake me up. But here lately, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. No alarm, just my body's like, Steve. And I'm like, what's up? I'm here.
That didn't happen on Thursday because obviously, I got to wake up at a certain time to get the kiddo ready. I feel like it was up to me. If it was just me by myself, I would probably be like up late to work every single day. But making sure TJ gets to school on time. I did not put my phone on the charger. So I woke up in a panic, and I woke up exactly at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, oh my goodness.
And it's still dark, so you don't really know.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah.
All right, we've got a lot to dive in on today's show. We'll talk some Chiefs injuries with Harrison Butker. We'll talk Bobby Witt and Salvador Perez. He's among KC Royals to be selected to the 2024 All-MLB team. So we'll dive into that. Could Deion Sanders become the next coach of the Dallas Cowboys? We'll talk about that. And then Father Time is undefeated. I know you guys are excited to talk Mike Tyson.
No.
Yes. We're going to talk about that. Plus, coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll have our sneakers of the week. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on The W with Walls and the Crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
All right, first up, this one is rather interesting, especially Chiefs fans that are curious, and it's a head scratcher.
Yeah.
Harrison Butker, Chiefs kicker, has a meniscus tear, so he had surgery in his left knee, which is his non-kicking knee, and could be back this season, but could miss the season. So Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker has surgery to repair the meniscus in his left non-kicking knee on Friday. Coach Andy Reid said following practice that the two-time defending Super Bowl champ may be back this season. Yeah. I'm curious to find out y'all thoughts, to find out if like this is a big deal or not.
It is.
Yeah, I would say it's a big deal because I mean, he's been very important in like pivotal moments this season alone. So yeah, I know we signed someone. Was it the New York Jets?
Yeah. We signed
a kicker from that team. So hey, I hate to say it, but pressure is on.
We signed Spencer Schrader, who's off the Jets practice squad, to fill in for at least the next 4 weeks because Harrison Butker is on the IR. And in his only 2 games, he went 3 for 3 on point after attempts, and then for the Indianapolis Colts against Houston, he went 2 for 2 on field goals. For New York against Arizona, so. I mean, he seems to be like, he hasn't missed, but it's different. And I was telling someone this the other day. It's different when you're playing for the 2-time Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
Also that, but it's just like the quarterback center exchange where you have to be used to each other. I mean, as a center, you've got the quarterback's hands up your butt, but then also like, being able to, to pull out as you're receiving the snap, that's different. So when you look at place kickers, you have the snap to hold the kick.
Yep.
And you have to get used to that holder. And the timing, like it takes all off seaon to get that timing. And then Tony would know as a pitcher and a catcher, it takes a while to. If you're a catcher, you have to learn every pitcher's curveball. Yeah. You have to learn their breaking ball. Yeah.
You got to learn when they get into trouble spots too.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah. And so I think that's going to be tough for him, not only coming in and getting that rhythm, but then also the pressure of not losing an undefeated season.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's hear what Coach Andy Reid had to say. He spoke after practice yesterday. Let's hear from him.
As far as the injuries go, Butker's the main one there. He did this in practice. Tried it on Thursday and had to warm up and get going, and then wasn't able to do it. Then we took care of that. Then it was confirmed what it was, and so we ended up having surgery this morning. So surgery was successful. We'll see how it all goes time-wise, and I can't tell you time-wise, but and within that, we brought in Spencer Schrader to come in and do the kicking. He's a young guy, so his resume isn't long, but the ones he's had, he's done a nice job with, and Beach felt comfortable with that, along with Dave Tobe. So we invite him in, and he can do the kicking going forward here until Bud is able to return. So with that, time's yours.
So Andy Reid, and I asked Coach before he left the podium, I was like, does this change your strategy at all, like coaching wise? Because of course we've seen Harrison Butker, you talked about it, make some big kicks, in crucial situations. So in those situations, like you're playing Buffalo this week, if it comes down to being the end of the game, are you going to look at this young kicker and expect him to go out there and win the game for you, or are you going to make, because you can think about it this way. Let's just say 10 seconds left. You're down by 3. And you're on, let's just say
you're on your own 40.
You're 60-yard line, 60-yard field goal. Butker, you would expect you can expect him to go out there and nail that. But this young kicker, it's like, all right, do we just try to get him closer, waste the time out, try to get him closer, or do we just go for it?
I guess that was my question too, in regards to, he's 2 for 2, he's 3 for 3. Were those just your traditional, field goals, right?
Yeah.
Or were they at the 60-yard, 50-yard? What were the lengths of those kicks?
Yeah, he went 3 for 3 on PATs, which from the 30.
Yes.
And then 2 for 2 on regular field goals. It doesn't say what the yardage was for the field goals.
Yeah, so we'd have to go into that, but I wouldn't guess they were more than 40 yards. And usually when it's over 45 yards, you start hearing about the kickers, especially when you get into the 50s and 60 yarders. You'll start hearing about it, but I'm wondering now, is that 2 for 2, and it's also in Indianapolis. So were they home games?
Yeah,
because were they in the dome in perfect conditions?
So okay, I got you. He's 1 for 1 from 20 to 29 yards out.
See,
he's 1 for 1
chip shot,
40 to 49 yards out.
Okay,
he hasn't taken a 50+ yarder yet.
Okay, and that's good to hear from a kicker. Like you want to be able to hear that they could hit a 40+ yarder.
I need volume though. Everybody can everybody can make a half court shot at least.
Yeah.
I need volume. But I'm loving this. And you know why I'm loving this? Because we had the conversation last week that Chiefs can't keep sustaining these, these games like this, these 1 point games, these one score games.
We've seen it for the last 5 seasons. Like, how can you not sustain it?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. And I took some time and thought about, what you said and the fact that the Chiefs have had some close games. But if you think about the position that they're in, right? Like, name another team in the league that has had as many injuries to star players that the Chiefs have had.
49ers.
True.
Okay. They're close. They're close.
No, okay. You lost Debo, Ayuk, CMC. You lost all your quarterbacks in the NFC Championship game.
They had
all of their quarterbacks.
No, we're talking about just this year.
No, okay. You lost Debo for a couple games.
One.
You lost Ayuk. You
couple
had
games.
CMC out. You had Jordan Mason out. Your left tackle was out. Nick Bosa was out. Your kicker got hurt, who came back and missed all those kicks.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay. You've got Isaiah Pacheco, who only played 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
You've had Hollywood Brown, who hasn't played a snap yet.
Played it all.
I wouldn't count that because he didn't play the start of the season. Go ahead.
You can't count that, but you're counting on him to come. CMC hasn't played the start of the season.
CMC played last year, and he's great.
See how he moves to go.
Hollywood. But listen. Let me finish. Hollywood Brown.
Let me finish real quick.
Okay.
Let me finish. Then not only that, you have Rashee Rice done for the season.
Mm-hmm.
You've had your kicker, Harrison Butker, who's done. You had your rookie tight end who was supposed to come in and be the next Travis Kelce, done for the season.
Rookie tight end.
Yes, your rookie tight end.
Okay.
You've also had your other tight end, because they run 3 and 4 personnel, sometimes running 3 and 4 tight ends out there. Jody Fortson, done for the season.
Mm-hmm.
You've had there's plenty of other you have your left tackle who's battling a knee injury right now, who probably needs surgery, and they're going to have to bring in somebody else.
Smith, number 74?
No, not Donovan Smith. I'm talking about Wanye Morris.
Oh, okay.
The left tackle.
Oh, really? He's hurt?
Yeah.
The backup tackle is hurt?
No. The starting left tackle is hurt. The rookie.
Well, because he started the year as a backup.
Yeah, to Kingsley, and then
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But he's originally supposed to be the starter, so they're probably going to bring in Donovan Smith. Yeah.
Like as soon as they're in a passing play and Pat, steps back, he's automatically rolling away. I seen a play, was it last week? I don't know if it was last week or the week before. He was yelling at the running back because he thought that they didn't catch the blitz.
Yeah.
But really, it was just that the left tackle just let the man blow by him so fast. He thought it was an extra man coming that blew past the running back. He blew past the running back for a chip.
Yeah,
it's been the left tackle. It's
really weird though. And Darren put a message on our thread and said he was with Harrison yesterday. He's fine after his surgery, and the rest would do him well. He would be ready to go in 4 weeks.
Did you tuck him in too, Darren?
Yeah.
That's the part of the game where I'm just like, ooh, I have to learn more about it.
Yeah.
So I can be a part of the conversation. Left tackle, rookie, all of that.
Yeah. Bobby Witt Jr. He's made some history.
Mm-hmm.
Salvador Perez also has made a little bit of history as well. They're both among Royals selected to the 2024 All-MLB team. So the Royals trio of Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, and Seth Lugo continue to be recognized for their regular season contributions. So on Thursday, each player were named to the All-MLB honors. First time since their postseason appearance in 2015. So Witt, who's only 24 years old, was named to the All-MLB first team at shortstop. He led, of course, the All-MLB with 332 batting average with 211 hits, 32 home runs, 109 RBIs, and 977 on base percentage. This is cool for Bobby Witt, especially. I think he's becoming. You get the Dodgers. You have like
world champion.
The Dodgers, Los Angeles Dodgers. They have the likes of Mookie Betts. They have Ohtani,
Freddie Freeman,
all those guys. You get the Yankees. You got Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, all those guys. Bobby Witt Jr. is a household name now. Mm-hmm. And a fun fact, I'm gonna ask y'all this: Bobby Witt Jr. joins who as the only shortstop in MLB history for a career to have the batting title, Gold Glove, and Silver Slugger?
Derek Jeter.
Close.
Ozzie Smith.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't Ozzie because Ozzie wasn't that great of a hitter.
No.
He had one good.
Who's another?
Oh, Alex Rodriguez.
A-Rod.
Oh,
I had seen it on, and I was gonna like slide it in there, but
you should have.
Yeah.
I would have.
Y'all know.
Hold on, what year was this?
I was
this
looking at
juice?
it like-
Was this the juice year?
It isn't say what year, but no, this is over time. This is over time.
Well, it's all juice.
It was so yeah. Bobby Witt Jr. did this in one season, so which is cool for him.
Yeah, he's definitely a household name. Like, get me his jersey.
And that's the thing, though. Like Kansas City, if you just think about prior to 2014, we didn't have really those household names.
No, we didn't.
No,
We
you guys
didn't.
traded him. You guys were the minor leagues of the MLB.
We were.
Yeah.
We were. It's vice versa for the Chiefs because like we'd get the old heads, like we get the Marcus Allens, the Joe Montanas, the
Andre Rosens,
all the guys who were on their way out the league. So yeah, it's good for the Royals now, though.
I remember those days.
And then also a round of applause for Salvi this late in his career to still be getting the accolades that he's getting, like
Silver Slugger Award this year, along with Bobby Witt.
Was that his fifth year, right? With the silver?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Deion Sanders addresses speculation of him leaving Colorado for the Cowboys. So this is interesting. So he was on a show earlier this week. And of course, there's rumors out there because the Cowboys are going to get rid of Mike McCarthy. Deion, it's just like the next kind of the one of the guys that has done so much, started coaching high school, moved on to Jackson State. Now is at Colorado, and he's done well everywhere he's been. I want to get you guys' thoughts before we hear from Deion on what do you think he should do? Do you think he'll be the next Cowboys coach, or
if he wants to ruin his coaching career?
Why you say that?
Would you coach for Jerry Jones?
I would.
I wouldn't coach. I wouldn't coach the Cowboys with the lack of assets that they have.
Well, knowing what I know, about Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders' relationship, right? Jerry Jones looks at Deion Sanders as a son.
Mm-hmm.
They're from Dallas. He spent a lot of time around Jerry Jones, a lot of time in Dallas. Played for Jerry Jones. Well, played for the Cowboys. And if there's one person that Jerry Jones respects, that's Deion Sanders. Because Jerry Jones doesn't respect anybody's opinion. It's all about Jerry Jones. He's one of those narcissistic kind of guys, right? And if there's anybody that he does respect, it's Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm like, Deion's the only guy that could be respected enough to go in there and say, hey, this is what it's going to be, and that's what it's going to be.
Like on all levels?
Yeah, on all levels.
Including the players, too.
Yeah. Yep.
I would like that. I mean, it's good for headlines and to keep cowboy brand up there. But
that's another thing. Like,
but I'm thinking Brian Flores. I'm thinking
I doubt if he gets Brian Flores.
I'm thinking some other coaches that are in the league that paid their dues. Not saying that Deion hasn't paid his dues in some way, but I think that other coaches, Eric Bieniemy.
Nah.
Why not?
Mm-mm.
Why not? He's got how many Super Bowls? He helped mold Pat into what he is today.
Eric don't want those problems
at all.
I'll take the check though.
At all.
But then you tainted. Like you're tainted in the fact that if you look at Matt Nagy, right?
Not really.
Matt Nagy went to Chicago. He was with the Chiefs, offensive coordinator, left, got the head coaching job at Chicago, but always had that fallback plan. Like, if it don't work out here, I'll just call Andy up. Like, hey, Eric Bieniemy ain't got that fallback plan.
Well, I think that the fallback would be that even if it goes bad, if it's not terrible, look at Dan Quinn. Look at some other coaches. If it goes bad, it would probably be on Jerry.
Are we talking about just Eric Bieniemy, or are we talking about just the whole?
Just any coaches in general.
Because Eric Bieniemy, his fallback is a little different because he's tried to get head coaching jobs and hasn't. So if the one he takes has to be the one,
right? Well,
that I'm
maybe
gonna be
there's
there
some
for
interview problems. I don't know what goes inside, the interviews and why he didn't get jobs. But there's a lot of speculations on why a lot of other coaches don't get jobs. But we can't particularly say why he didn't get one after winning some Super Bowls with the greatest, one of the greatest offensive quarterbacks, or whatever. Yeah. But I would think that if a coach goes there and things do not work well, mainly because of the cap space, Jerry Jones, the structure of the team. They probably have a top 5 pick this year, but what do you do with it?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably traded to get more capital to help out Dak and offensive line and defense. Do you trade Michael Parsons instead of paying him to get more capital?
I would trade Michael Parsons. I mean, because you're kind of stuck with Dak. You don't want to be in contract purgatory. You're stuck with CeeDee Lamb. I would trade your greatest asset right now is Michael Parsons, the top defensive lineman in the league.
So not even Trayvon Diggs.
Oh man, he had that AC. He is not the same player he was before.
I forget.
He's not the same player. But I mean, I would go there because then it can be an easy scapegoat. Because if we have the top 5 pick, I mean, we do have a franchise quarterback, franchise receiver, but you got holes in the defense and holes in the offensive line. You can give yourself 2 years, and then if Jerry does all his theatrics, it's Jerry, and then you can leave. You rack up a couple of wins, whatever, show you got the structure and the foundation to to mold a team and to organize. And
here's the thing: Jerry got a lot of influence in the NFL. If you go there and it don't work, it's tough. It's gonna be tough getting a job somewhere else.
Say, like, where do you go after the Cowboys?
To the bank, because it's gonna be guaranteed.
So he's all about the check.
Yeah. Win or lose, he's still
I mean,
booze.
if you're gonna put me in a somewhat unwinnable situation, I might as well win in some situation. Like I'm leaving here with something, right?
Okay, Denzel.
Leaving here with something. All right, I'll tell you who didn't leave with something. It's Mike Tyson. He didn't leave with a dub. He's defeated by Jake Paul last night. So Jake Paul defeated Mike Tyson by unanimous decision in an 8-round heavyweight match at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas on Friday. So between the glitchy Netflix service and a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, what did y'all think about this fight? I watched it.
This is the worst era of boxing promotion ever.
You think so?
Except for welterweight or whatever.
What
Jake Paul is doing is now he's calling out Canelo, who's a real boxer.
He's got to fight a real boxer for his next one. He's got to.
Because listen, I'm watching Jake Paul or whatever. He had his knockouts, whatever. Man, his hand speed is slow.
Yeah.
His coordination and some of his he doesn't have a plethora of combinations, whatever. His footwork is tainted.
He just started boxing. Most of these guys, most of these professional fighters,
please
get Canelo. 8 years old.
He's been at least 5-6 years in at this point.
Man,
2019 is his first fight.
That's 5 years.
But you said he just started. Like
that's listen. Compared to
but now
he just started.
He's 5-6 years. He's almost a decade in, and we can't.
You can't ground up. This is 5, not 6.
No, it's 6. You said 2019.
Yeah, I guess my math ain't mathing today.
It's 2025 is next week.
Really, it is. It really is.
Yeah, wake up, Steve.
But, I mean, even last night's fight, even though Mike Tyson, he's an icon, he's a GOAT, he's the greatest, right? He's also
75.
Exactly. So is it even a fair fight?
I just thought about
his knees look bad.
Coming to America.
His knees look bad. They were like his they just look bad.
Yo.
He just looked like, you know how you feel like if you out there and you haven't run up and down like basketball wise, if you haven't done something in a while and you look like a deer out there. That's how he looked. Like he's just like he was off.
You could be Mike Tyson. You could be Evander Holyfield. You could be Lennox Lewis. You could be whoever you are and work out every day. But when you're 75,
it's different.
Yo, I wish this Mike today would have gave a speech like he did, I think, when he fought Riddick Bowe. I broke my back. That would have been classic if he would have said that and told him it was spinal, and that was the reason why he was biting his glove and not going forward and just punching the air. So
so who do we blame? Do we blame Jake Paul or do we blame Mike Tyson?
Everybody.
We blame everybody.
Yeah.
I don't put it on Mike. He went and got the bag.
Literally everybody involved.
Like Mike said after the fight, you know, that he was asked, what do you think about the fans that say this was y'all basically hoodwinked us?
Yeah.
What do we say? His answer was, I did this for myself to make sure that I can still I can still do it. And so shout out to him, because at 58 years old, he did go in there and last 8 rounds. Not regular rounds, but he lasted 8 rounds.
I don't think he lasted. I think he just when my boy,
You think he could have knocked out Jake Paul?
No.
No? Okay.
But what do you have to prove?
Exactly.
At 58,
exactly.
And you are the best. Like, you've already proven. Like, that's kind of like
That's the question we ask athletes every day.
Well, they asked Beyonce, like, why wasn't she dancing as much in the Renaissance tour? She's like, who do I need to prove? Like,
she's a whole different style, and that's different.
That ain't different. It's the same.
No, it's the same. Especially when you look at longevity.
But I think of this though: when you're an athlete, and as athletes, your mind still can still do it.
Yeah.
Right. And then your body is like, I can do this. I mean, like your soul really wants to do it. It's that fire, because you've been doing something your whole life.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of want to get out there to do it, because he's been doing it 20 something years, whatever. You know, it's like tying your shoe. You can never tie your shoe a different way or whatever. And then you just want to get out there. Now, it was bad that he went out there with his cheeks out and his knee brace on
and
it's been gay and stuff. When they showed the cheeks, I knew it was over. Right. When was it his son he did the interview with?
Yeah.
And he kissed him, and then he walked out with the cheeks out. I was like, there's no way this is going to go positive for anybody.
Yeah.
And I thought, as black people, we needed this win, especially Jake Paul being Jake Paul, but it went other ways.
He got paid though.
But how many times can we say that about a Jake Paul fight? Like this, it's literally the same script. Like him and Tyler Perry clearly know each other, because they don't deviate from the script like at all.
The same story.
It's literally the same story. And for 6 years, we've heard the same story. We've been hopeful that this black man is going to beat up on. Come on.
He did get knocked out once.
Who did he get knocked out by?
Dang. Well, look it up, because I forgot. But they showed it in a preview that he did get knocked out.
They didn't show it though.
I don't watch the Jake. This is the first one that I've actually watched.
This the first one you watched?
Yeah. Other than Nate
Johnson. Who was the other dude he slept?
Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson. When he slept, Nate Robinson.
That's the only one that I really watched, because I had nothing to do during COVID. It was
hilarious. Yeah. When he was asleep, but it was another dude he slept and he went forward. Nate Robinson went on the side.
Yeah. Tony. And he fought Anderson Silva. He fought I can't remember the other guys he fought, but until he fights like a real boxer, Canelo or Gervonta Davis, who was calling him out he called him out on Twitter. If he fights one of those, that's going to be the only other way, because there were 72,000 people inside of Jerry's.
It's Mike Tyson.
Exactly. We all wanted to see what if, that's why people tuned in, like to see what if Mike Tyson go out there and knock this dude out.
You know what I love about Mike, and I think this was said before. If Mike was to pass away in 96 or 97, for whatever reasons, the type of love that he's getting now would not be there.
Yeah.
Because, and you know how America is, we love the person that's up, and then they go down, and then they come back up again, man. And that's why Mike, he told it to Floyd. He's like, I can walk around here with no bodyguards and get the love. Floyd can't do that. And that's, listen, Mike is my favorite boxer. My daughter, who's standing over here doing all kind of flips, I showed a YouTube clip of Mike Tyson. You know what she said? She said, "Turn it off. I'm scared." Like after all these years,
Really?
he still shows that fear on YouTube clips, man.
Yeah.
Because that's how ferocious he is. That's why he said he's the most feared man in the world.
And you don't know what he still has the look.
Yeah.
That's what the guy on the stream said yesterday. It's like he sold the fight because you don't know what he's gonna do, and he just got the look like.
I'll be scared of somebody with a tattoo on their face.
You got to find that Rosie Perez clip because they grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
He was kind of coming up in life, and she said she was in a nightclub, and she said somebody pulled a gun out on her.
Mm-hmm.
She said she's looking around scared, and she's seen Mike. She's like, "Mike," and he came down like the pit bull that he is with a man with a gun and protected her or whatever. And I was like, "Yo, I love Mike."
All right. On that note, we're gonna take a quick break. Coming up, we'll dive into a few more hot topics. We'll talk CBS This Morning coming to Kansas City to do a live broadcast next week. Plus, we have our Sneakers of the Week coming up soon. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Your loved ones matter the most. Take the burden away by pre-planning personal arrangements that fit you and your family perfectly. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services will be here to comfort your family and take special requests. Plan and feel confident your loved ones will be less stressed and can console each other in their time of need. We will be here when you need us at 816-231-GATE or visit kcgoldengate.com. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors: classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use #TalkAboutIt, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. All right, continuing on with our headlines. CBS This Morning to host live show from NWSL Final. So the network, as was announced by Nate Burleson, on Friday, they'll be taking over Kansas City. I see you got your KC Current. Can you name one player on the Current?
You know what? Don't do that to me because I'm a new fan.
Okay, at least you're honest.
Hey, listen, y'all asked, why I don't like the Chiefs and why I come up as a 49er fan or whatever.
Yeah.
That's because, they wasn't winning.
Right.
This team is winning. They're in my city. So, you're a Laker fan. That's what I was going to bring up. So, yeah. So one day into the Teal, go ahead and check them out.
One day into the
that's what the billboard.
Steve's not a
until
king.
Teal time.
Steve's not a Kings fan, so he's fraudulent.
If he wants to call me fraudulent, then
Oh man, that's so funny. Let's hear from Nate Burleson.
We got something for you. We know that you will get a kick out of this news. CBS Mornings is going on the road to the heart of America. We're taking this entire show to Kansas City next Friday, ahead of the National Women's Soccer League Championship, something we can all agree is a great reason to celebrate. That's right. We will broadcast from CPKC Stadium, which is...
This is interesting because we talk a lot about women's sports and the fact that I know last week talked about people trying to take advantage of women's sports, just because it's one of those things you can just kind of jump on the bandwagon. I'm curious to get you all's thoughts about this, because this is the first time that CBS has gone on the road to do anything. So I'm just kind of figure out like your all's thoughts.
It's needed.
I'll tell you. I'll say it's needed. Go ahead.
You need to create an environment around women's sports. I forget what it was with WNBA basketball. It was like a first time for broadcasting. I think it was ESPN or something like that. And this is what's needed in women's sports. You need these networks to broadcast not only the games but just the happenings around the league. Like, we know everything about Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hardly know anything about Angel Reese and the Juju Watkins and
who's getting a documentary coming out too.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, these women need that, because we're always focused on these narcissistic men in these different leagues, but then we look at a league like the WNBA, this soccer, this new soccer league that are making strides, and people need to see that. You need to promote these things, and it's come to a point where it's like you start to recognize how like intentionally passed over women's sports are.
Well, I'll just piggyback on that. Not only is it needed for women's sports, but I think it's just an awesome opportunity to highlight Kansas City.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of people say, what does Kansas City have? I know you post a lot about it on social media in regards to missed opportunities. And I think when you have these big media networks come into Kansas City, it's an opportunity for the small businesses to kind of like capitalize on the national attention that we're getting. So I'm excited to see not only them highlight women's sports, but also the things that in Kansas City that's propelling women's sports forward.
We're gonna have to bring Great Day KC to CPKC Stadium.
Let's do it. I did. Was it opening day? I went live out there.
Really?
So that was pretty cool, because I just talked about we saw the construction of the stadium being built for about 2 years.
Yeah, we did.
But then to
fast,
be in
though.
there, it was really
It was
fast.
quick,
But
yeah.
to be in there and just be a part of a historic moment, to your point, Mike, I was just like, dang, like I'm a fan now. Like, this is really cool. Like, I didn't grow up around soccer.
Yeah.
So to have it here and to hear about like all of the great things, or just the environment there, I'm just like, okay, I'm here for the match,
Yeah. And also it's easy to get excited about the Current and their apparel, because
It's nice.
because their colorway isn't
Yeah,
trash like the
listen.
Chiefs.
Listen, it's nice. Listen, I think I FaceTime Steve. Some of the jackets and the things that they had were just, I was like, yo, I'm about to be Gucci down in some.
You go to a Chiefs game and it looks like a Ronald McDonald conference.
Okay, wait. Pause. All right. No, that's where I draw the line. Okay?
All right.
It do be looking
Ain't
like I'm
nothing
loving it.
wrong with a little red and yellow.
Ketchup and mustard and face paint.
That's
I mean,
right.
it just-
That's right. All right. Speaking of the Kansas City Current, so they're actually playing tomorrow against Orlando Pride in the championship, the semifinal.
Yep.
Semifinal. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So if you guys want to go down to, if you're watching, listening in your car, if you want to go down and watch the game on the big screens, and the Current Stadium is open tomorrow. They're gonna have concession stands open, so they're having a watch party at
They could've played
CPKC
today.
Stadium.
They could have played today though. Tomorrow at 2:00 is kind of it's a glitch.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people like, who put this game on the
They
same
lucky
day
lucky it's not a home
as
game for the Chiefs
Yeah.
either, man.
But I mean, when your teams are, great,
Yeah.
let them all play on the same day.
But 2:00 is kind of like, because Chiefs game doesn't start until 3:25, so it's kind of like you're getting that break between the noon games and the 3:25 game,
So you
football
saying
game.
you saying they're not gonna watch none of the 12:00 games?
If you're a Kansas City fan, why would? I mean, you don't really need to. You can watch your soccer team play.
Okay. I like to see the ratings between.
I mean, we just had a whole conversation about how much of a Current fan you are.
Doesn't mean I'm watching the game. It's like I
Oh my
watch
goodness.
the clips.
See,
I know.
huge contradiction.
I
right
know
now,
it's not a
man.
contradiction. I can be a fan. No. It's not a contradiction. I
Yeah.
can be a fan, but then choose to like watch highlights in other games or whatever.
That's not a fan.
Yes, it is.
That's a culture virtue.
Hold on. So that would be 99% of the Chiefs fans now then.
Nah, man.
Nah. Okay.
All right. So Nike's introducing their new NIL roster, highlighting emerging basketball stars. So a week of NIL deals in the sneaker space. We've seen the Adidas. We've seen Jordan get a high school player. We've seen Nike now with the global footwear leader announcing their latest roster of future basketball stars. So Nike revealed their newest athlete partners, featuring the who's who of college. Future college, NBA, and WNBA stars. So top high school recruits, Jazzy Davidson, Jersey Robinson, also AJ DeBansta of Utah Prep High School, and current Rutgers freshman duo Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper are on Nike's NIL rosters. So in their latest additions will be joining UConn, Juju Watkins, and Paige Buchers. So I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. KD did an announcement of this via social media, and let's listen to it. I'm going to get your thoughts on it.
Jersey, AJ, Ace, Jazzy, and Dylan. They told me y'all part of the family now. Well, welcome. But y'all ain't really showed me nothing yet. On this side, we raised the bar. You got to provide. Wins, dreams, rings, attitude, something. There's no free meals at our table. Ask the greats. This family ain't for everyone. So let's see what you got. I'll be watching.
All right, my question for y'all, if y'all saw that, this family ain't for everyone, right? Talks about the greats, everyone who wore Nike. That's including probably the number one Nike retailer or superstar, which is Michael Jordan. For a high school kid, we were all in high school once, all played high school sports. How much pressure does this put on these young people?
Tons.
I think it puts a lot of pressure because the game isn't, I don't know, is it fun at that point?
It should still be.
You think so?
It should still be. But I think there is a different level of pressure. I think the game can still be fun. I think it's everything that comes with it. I think that's what it is that makes it not fun. It's the constant looking over your shoulder for media or people with camera phones. It's the constant pressure of always like staying on top of your game. But then when you get in the game, I think all of that goes away.
Yeah.
But I think the worry, though, there has to be some type of worry, though, that comes with it, because now you're not just going out there hooping. You're going out there like, oh, man, are they going to keep me or are they going to drop me for the next? Because there's always somebody behind you. And a lot of young people don't understand that until they get to college or they get to the professionals. Like, all right, they're always bringing somebody in to replace me. So now it becomes a business, and you're always looking over your shoulder, but not only for the cameras, but for just the next
talent.
It's like, man, are they going to keep me? Or if I go out there and have a bad game, you can't have a bad game.
And I guess that's what I mean. Like, does that take like the fun away from it?
Yeah.
Because you are going into everything that you do as a business standpoint. Whereas like when kids are playing in high school, some of them may be playing for just to get a scholarship to go to school, or they may be playing so they can make it to the league now. But I feel like when you stack that pressure on in high school, I don't know. I just feel like the mental, pressure that can come along with that.
I think they're getting used to it now, though.
Yeah. Thanks to LeBron.
Well, and social media. I think that, kids now, there's cameras everywhere, there's phones everywhere. So now they're used to, some line of exposure or whatever. And I guess when you get to a certain level, when you start getting ranked, then you start to see people come in. I mean, even before all of this, the NIL deals, if you were good and you started to get ranked, then you'll start to see people, throwing money at you or some type of attention from family members or free food.
But it was under the table though. Like it wasn't it wasn't in everybody's face like it is now. Now we don't know how much they're getting paid, but now it's just like bang, NIL deal.
But then at the same time though, like when you said at what point if I have a bad game, will it stop? I mean, you know, when it's under the table, it can stop just as fast if it was, you know, over the table, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if I don't have a good game and I go into that, you know, that restaurant and he tells me $11.50 and it's like, wait a minute, last week it was free. Then I know I need to hit some more threes or whatever, you know? So I think it's a learning lesson for him, and I hope that a level of maturity and the right people around him help them mold themselves and keep the money to where they can develop, you know, other kids and develop the community that they grew up in.
Yeah.
So I just wish I can go back in the time machine and have this deal.
All right, Mike Tyson. Yeah, I think it's cool though. High school is a little too, to me, high school is a little too soon. Because you still got, let's just say, and I'm just throwing a number out there, they're getting a 6-figure check in high school. Now you're not only worrying about playing basketball, but now some of these kids
paying bills. Man,
mama need a light bill money. You know, Uncle Charlie need, you know, an oil change. He needs to, you know, tuition from little brother and sister now got to be paid. Like now you're becoming the responsible. Yeah, you making more money than anybody in your family.
Yeah.
Early in high school, like that's crazy to me.
Wish I had those problems.
All right, we're gonna take another quick break. Coming up, we have a talk about it that we'll talk about, and we have our sneakers of the week. This is a W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Your loved ones matter the most. Take the burden away by pre-planning personal arrangements that fit you and your family perfectly. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services will be here to comfort your family and take special requests. Plan and feel confident your loved ones will be less stressed and can console each other in their time of need. We will be here when you need us at 816-231-GATE or visit kcgoldengate.com, exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors. Classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
All right, remember to interact with our show. Use #TalkAboutIt, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. We have a Talk About It that was sent to us via Instant Messenger on Instagram, or actually on X. At Billy Dan on X shared this story with us. He said, DoorDash or Uber Eats knocks on your door and delivers you food. What do you do? And you didn't order it.
See what it was.
Oh man, I'm not eating it.
Yeah, you're not eating it?
No. Nope. No, I'm already, hesitant when it comes to the whole DoorDash, Uber Eats thing.
Really?
I don't trust everybody.
You don't order DoorDash? Or
I mean, like, I do. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do. But when I say I have a hefty talk with God. I mean, like, I'm praying over everybody, the cooks, the nourishment for my body. Because, there's just been a time or two I'm just like,
kind of questioning
that
it.
seal wasn't sealed all the way.
What restaurant hurt you?
That, we just talked about them a little bit during the break. It looked like somebody had, taken something out. So
That's interesting.
Yeah, if I don't know about it, I'm not eating it. Take it back.
Q, they drop something on your door, knock on your door, and say DoorDash deliver. You eating it?
No,
I am.
Man, listen, I've eaten bugs and MREs when I was in the Army. Yo, that's a free meal.
They knock on the door. That ain't my food. We got the receipt on it. I know where it came from. Got the time that it was cooked. Hey.
But
thank you.
Huh? What if that part's not on there?
The receipt or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then we don't know how much. How much we ate. What was the worth that we ate? We don't know. It was good.
Yeah, I order Postmates regularly, so And
if it's warm, I mean, it just came straight from. And they got the DoorDash box to bring out the bag. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Especially if it's a good restaurant.
If it's a good restaurant.
PF chains get dropped off at your house. You can't eating it.
I've learned as long as the check clear from Mike, as long as it is warm, he gonna take it.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, because I don't know, with all the technology, because I'd feel like it was a setup. Because with all the technology, how do you not go to the right place?
2 incidents. It just happened just last week because I ordered frequently from DoorDash. They have a big office or whatever. They dropped it off on the other side. Now, it had the address on it, but it was the other side of the office or whatever. And I told dude, like, why'd you go over there, whatever. I thought I had to drive all around because it's a big facility or whatever. And I said, well, the direction says hand it to me. So I got my money back. And then Sunday? I live in townhomes, whatever. All of them look the same. But obviously you got, the doors 402, 44, whatever. He dropped it off at the other door because he didn't know. I mean, the lights were off, whatever. I had my light on, but he dropped it off at the other one. So I was like, dude, it says hand it to me and got my money back again. So it can happen.
So as long as they don't hand it to you, you gonna get that money.
Oh
back.
yeah, listen.
We need a course with Mike and
how to get your money back.
How to get your money back.
Whoa! You need to talk to this man right here. Hey, listen, I learned from the best man. Yo, this right here. Yo,
if it ain't right.
Oh yeah, Steve's cheap unless it comes to shoes.
Listen, it ain't
if
the
it ain't
word.
right, I'll get my money back.
My boy.
You better be 100%.
You see why? Some reasons why you can't wear your clothes and take them back to certain places. It's probably because it's got his picture on the wall.
Oh,
yeah. I ain't never wore nothing and took it back. That ain't my style. Not at all.
We wasn't 20 years old.
Not at all. No.
I didn't seen the ladies do it when they got the tags at the club, or whatever.
Man,
but my boy had the socks still on the tag. I'm like, nah, Nike socks didn't fit right.
All right, let's get to hater to love it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
It's that time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
All right, first up, our sneakers of the week. This week has been kind of, all right. I mean,
that's been the whole year.
You look at the Air Jordan 11 women's not red velvet, but the bread velvet.
Just go to the next.
Y'all like those?
Just go to the next topics. All these
Those
are
are cute.
All right. The Nike Air Diamond Turf Max 96 Falcons. I'm waiting on the regular one. Like, they haven't brought the regular ones out yet.
I feel like these are all safe shoes with the exception of those brown and black ones.
So the brown and black ones are the Travis Scott Jordan Jumpman Jack Mochas.
They look like the Bo Jacksons.
No.
They do? Similar.
Yeah, they look like
very similar.
I don't want any shoe on here.
Yeah, what about the Air Jordan 4 Fears? Those are cool. That was a safe pick.
No, but he just said this last week. He's tired of these simple color.
Well, I think that's why they're safe to me. Like they're safe.
Like you can just wear those with a uniform.
Like the shoe industry has mirrored the TV and movie industry.
I was just thinking that.
Like we keep trying to like bring back the same thing. There's nothing new. There's nothing new. There's no type of innovation. There's no we're testing out this type of creativity. It's okay, well, this has worked. This worked in 96. We're gonna try it again in 2026.
I love that. Give me the classics.
I'm waiting for the new Ferris Bueller though. Or the new Goonies. Are they going to do that?
No, I'm not.
But they do that.
No,
because there's onto something.
There's ways.
It's not like it's a secret. Like they done remade everything else. Like, yo, just do a remake of Ferris Bueller's Day Off with technology. I want to see how you get out of school and you fake sick with the piano and the keyboards. That's what I want to see.
No, there's far too many black screenwriters that can come up with a dope concept.
Yeah.
I'm Jordan Peele, 3 for 3 with the movies that he's put out. None of them are remakes.
Right.
So again, with tennis shoes,
you don't want to see an AI
like
Ferris Bueller? You don't want to see an AI Ferris Bueller?
No. I don't. The only AI I recognize is Allen Iverson.
Hey. All right, Whoopi Goldberg and Jungo TV debuted the all-women's sports network, Hate It or Love It.
I love it.
Okay.
She said if it's anything a woman is playing in, she wants to air it. So
Yep. So the Academy Award-winning actress, celebrated comedian, and outspoken advocate for social justice has been a long cultural force, and she's now bringing her influence to sports with the launch of the All-Women's Sports Network, AWSN. So the network is available on Vizio, Watch Free Plus in the U.S., joining international partners, GeoTV, and I guess it's called eVision.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're going to be highlighting all women's sports.
And this may
countries to where I seen Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, and this may be a longer conversation for outside of Hate It or Love It, but how could a women's sports channel be different than like a traditional like ESPN? Like, what would draw you in as a woman?
what would draw me in as a woman? Oh man. What would draw me in as a woman? Probably the people who are playing, the big names. So to see the Angel Reeses, the Caitlin Clarks of all of the women's sports, that would draw me in. I think I would have to be not only a fan of women's sports, but just also a fan of the people who are playing and the content that comes along with it.
She's got a podcast. I watched it a couple minutes. She has a podcast. I watched it the other day, a little bit of it. Not really interested in the content.
You talking about Angel?
Yeah. I mean, it's
okay. It's not geared for you.
Yeah,
you're not the target
I wouldn't expect for you.
Yeah, it's very, very younger.
Exactly.
You're
you're not the target audience.
Not at all. Not at all.
Now, I would say,
what is she, 23?
I would say for you, watch it for your daughter's sake.
I'm scared.
I understand. She has important conversations in regards to young women and young athletes, and I think Angel isn't afraid to ask some of the questions that at her age I wish I had the confidence to ask as an athlete, as a woman of color as well. So to Q's point, like tune in from time to time, you're like, aha.
It's funny how the women's basketball and some of the sports are in the same predicament that like Willis Reed and Bill Russell were in their eras of sports, trying to set, and pave the way or whatever. I know, Lisa Leslie and all of them did it, but this is a little bit different because now you have the camera focus and you have the social media, and it's a little bit more of a voice. And I said this 1,000 times, about the Lonzo Balls. If they would have came out a year after George Floyd, I think that the way the shoe and everything would have been structured in the sell of it, and how they would be a lot advertised today.
All right, the Pittsburgh Pirates make massive offer to whoever pulls a Paul Skeens one-of-one debut patch card. So the Paul Skeens one-of-one pro debut patch card was already a Premier Chase card for baseball fans. So if you pull the card, you're able to get a private tour of Pirate Spring training next year and a chance to take batting practice and warm up with the team, and a meet and greet with Paul Skeens himself, and 2 autographed jerseys, plus other unique experiences. Plus,
that's cool.
The headline of this is you get a 2 tickets behind home plate for the next 30 years, for basically forever, and then you get a softball game for you and 29 of your closest friends at PNC Park, along with Pirates alumni to act as coaches.
So we
Hate it or love it.
I love it. So you have to get the Topps cards. So there's a sale now, so you have to get lucky.
They release on November 13th. Well, they've already been released. So so you go.
So we have to
find
find it.
Got to find the card. It's like a Willy Wonka go.
So they're not going to ask for the card though back?
Yeah, they want the card.
Oh no.
Okay.
You're gonna have to give me the money too. I'm not going to Pittsburgh.
2 tickets behind. 2 tickets behind home plate. for the Pirates or $8,000 per game.
Okay, so the card can be worth what?
Add it up. 82 games in the season. 30 years.
Any blackout
That's a lot
dates?
of money. I don't know.
Are they paying for my flight and hotel when I go to the game?
Yeah, if the Pirates make it to the World Series, am I going to be like E40 sitting behind home plate?
Ooh.
All right, we appreciate everyone who joined in on today's show. Remember, you can interact with us. Use hashtag talk about it, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. Until next week, we are out of here. Peace. Go Chiefs.
The views and opinions expressed on the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, 1 Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundation, or affiliate.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?